game from the get-go. Interestingly, I actually didn't catch who won the knife, but interestingly, starting off on the T side, a lot stronger for Singularity, so this could be somewhat advantageous for them.
Yeah, I believe Singularity did win the knife. So.
Okay, so that's curious that they even pick into the T side. Not many teams do that.
You're getting baited by the HUD.
I am. God damn it.
Got you.
They definitely were on the T side, and then it like
it swapped.
That's my bad. Okay,
but
this makes more sense. With the line of thinking I was going for.
I personally have a 2-0 Blue Jays, but I'm hopeful Singularity can show us more because they do definitely have some Danish talent in Ramoy and Tobiz. I think 2 really big players. And honestly, you can still throw Celebrate in the same mix. Speaking of him, he's getting chased back. All the way back to site. Ramoy's going to come out and help because there's a bait and switch going on outside of Connector. Ramoy will die, but it's for the setup Tobiz, who gets 3. Looking for his 4th. Finally shut down by Red Star, but the bait and switch works beautifully for Singularity.
Really solid stuff. There's no one Red Star, yeah. Just left with everything to do here. Where do they go? They've not really achieved very much. I mean, they trade a couple kills back as a squad. But no real control. Very little information. A great spot for Nico Dawes as well, right? That, speaking of information, gives him an awful lot. He can hear them coming from Connector. He can see them coming from, well, towards Monster from T-Spawn, ultimately. Just a bit of a run around here from the remaining 2 Blue Jays players. I guess trying to catch someone off guard on that A site, see if anyone's peeking into them. Not the case. Red Star's going to lead the way here with his retrieved P2K. Again, the question of whether they're ready and prepared for... Yeah, oh, Nico Dawes out here. That's a beautiful flick. He knows the second is here. Red Star messing around with the door. Does manage to drop him. Only 15 seconds to get this bomb down, though. Quick smoke coming in to allow him to cross. Relatively smart. It's a really good smoke, actually. It will let the bomb go down. And they've dropped. He's into that smoke. Oh, but the spam comes in. He must have been showing on the edge of it. I think he was. I thought he'd fully jumped into it, but I guess not. And Singularity will get themselves that pistol on the board.
All right, starting well. Let's take a look at the live odds curve from our partners LootBet. That's close. 1.8, 1.91. And does have Blue Jays as the favorite, which I think I agree with, as I did predict them to go 2-0. Shout out to LootBet, of course, by the way. Check out the banner below and in chat. There'll be some fun stuff for you to take a peep at. And right into round 2, Scriv, and right into a buy from both teams. The Galil buy from Blue Jays. We've seen them do this before. It catches teams off guard, honestly, quite regularly. All the while, Singularity, very oddly pronounced word, very similar to regularly, will have a buy of their own, Scriv. I'm finding similarities in Singularity.
Just getting all the adverbs, mate.
Might as well.
Why not? Makes sense. What doesn't make sense, maybe, is rushing into sell rate here. I'm not sure the information's come in. It does eventually, and it's an absolute mess for Singularity. Despite how prepared they looked for that, the one flashbang just kind of screws everything. Sell rate goes down. They lose the information. They're overwhelmed. Strange. Very strange indeed. I would have liked to see some more offensive utility from Singularity. Maybe like a Molotov or something to just keep them at bay. It is a weird one. It's a really, really weird one. But still a chance of coming back into things. Low HP for Dreamer. Trade from Nico Dawes does come through, but he's not fancying his chances here in the 1-on-2. Obviously, he doesn't have that information that Dreamer's on 4 HP. Blue Jays be doing? They steal the second round, which is, like you say, a very common occurrence when you play against this team. You really have to be prepared for it. You really have to be on the ball in these early rounds, because Blue Jays risk-free, aggressive, you know, not having to worry about utility or whatever, or at least the advanced utility, basic flashbangs at best. That's the way they like to play, and that's the way they actually thrive. So Singularity learning that lesson very early on. We'll see whether it continues as the series goes on.
I do really enjoy their Galil purchases. Always interesting for me to watch it. Catches teams off guard on the regular. Nico Dawes having to be careful. They only carried over rifle. So he has some damage to be dealing. And yeah, we've seen Blue Jays break out those Galils or Mat 10s, like the very powerful weapon Force buys on second round. Honestly, more times than I can even remember. And it works out quite consistently. That I can remember. They seemingly one of the teams that have not pioneered it, but have taken full advantage of the Galil pricing. And it's looking like they're trying to take advantage of this long duels through long with their AKs and Galils. Nikodaz is here, the M4. Can he spray a couple down? The first is easy. The reposition will come in. He'll let Tobas get close dice while the support will come in from Nikodaz, and Red Star could get caught off guard, but he'll clear dice. And the M4 drops before it finds any more damage. One more kill, it could have been really nerve-wracking. With Dreamer coming in through party, he should start to clear out these flanks or people positioned in towards bathrooms. And Ronick gets caught off guard. And Accelerate the same, Scriv. So Blue Jays, there you have it. They'll celebrate with some balloons. They'll go up 2-1. And Singularity have to save. So that's exactly why you cannot give Blue Jays that inch as you mentioned, because they'll take it all the way to the bank.
Yeah. And a strong start here on the T side of things. Really, really good for them. If they can keep the CT economy under wraps and just, you know, force these half buy rounds, that kind of pattern is not good for Singularity to live by. But now a full eco. Somewhat rare. But of course, as we mentioned, we see it a lot at this kind of level. When you are in this force buy back and forth, it is so often the CT side that feel the burn, and someone has to lose, and generally loses really, really hard. Nikodaz does manage to get one there at the end onto Numb. He's a bit annoyed, but ultimately a super clean round from Blue Jays. Nothing to be worried about. This is where things start to get a bit spicier. I think they are going to go for the buy. Nikodaz has got the money for the AWP. Going to be sticking on that. The lack of utility, though, across the board is somewhat worrying. No kit either. So some initial frags, maybe some nice coordinated aggression. I would picture towards short, perhaps, maybe out middle. Something along those lines to give them an early advantage would be really great.
Oh! None with that up. Besting Nikodaz very quickly. And another opening pick for Blue Jays. We're on that trend early. Rocking loves this angle. The fence will eat bullets and the barrel will protect him. 1-2 for him. And now Singularity are in some trouble. Being 3 members down, you have no utility outside of a smoke. Yeah, you might as well just allow Blue Jays to jump up to 3 unless Blue Jays make a catastrophic error, which is always a possibility. Topaz nearly finds exactly what I was speaking of, but that is all. And if I'm correct, Scriv, that sticker on Ramoy's M4 is from Halo. That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. Is it going to help him here? Oh, apparently not. Apparently not.
B-Hop, 0 gravity.
Lob the smoke like halfway across the map.
Yeah, he's got a BR rifle. Come on. He's got this.
Okay. All right. He snuck in. Takes down Zix. Wants the AK, but it escaped him. Oh, he opens the door. Genius move. Smoke going in.
Oh, yeah. Big
He's
brain.
a smart lad. I'm not sure whether he gets away with saving here. Thing is, the cash is not amazing for Blue Jays, so it's not like they want to hunt him super hard. I think they're happy for him to survive. Or at the very least, encroach, yeah, and play it patiently. Well done from Red Star to come in on the flank. Romo not expecting it at all, and no one saving for Singularity. We'll probably see the half buy coming in from them. I believe a pause from them. Didn't quite catch it before the replay comes in, of course. Certainly a right to see this replay. I mean, look at him go. Beautiful stuff from Rocking in the 1v2.
Got a little positioning.
Singularity pause, though. Something's got to change very early on. Blue Jays getting all this momentum that we fear. And looking pretty damn solid, Keith.
Yeah, that is for sure. The map control they're getting seems relatively free. They're defaulting nicely across the board. Singularity probably discussing the next round when the op comes back out for Nikodaz, what guns they're gonna want to break out, how they're gonna play. I think playing for water control against Blue Jays works really, really well. If you have the op on A, right, one supportive rifle, you play for water and connector control. You force them into these awkward close range engagements. That's typically where we've seen Blue Jays kind of struggle with is aggressive CT sides, and maybe Singularity will break that out. Possibility. It's not like you have to go aggressive every round, right? Here and there. Tobis gonna finally figure it out. He's the one to jump up. But it's Blue Jays again. Every anti-eco thus far. I mean, there's only been 2. But every time the buy has been a little lessened, they typically bring it towards Long and Fountain. Again, uncontested towards this part of the map throughout the entirety of this game. And I think that is going to change, though.
Yeah, I feel you do have a point there. I mean, it kind of has to, because Blue Jays are just way in control, which you kind of expect with these early rounds, right? And the fact that they've indeed had the economic superiority. But this next round, particularly Singularity, at the very least, they might not win it or whatever, but they need to have a bit more dominance. Okay, they might even win this one if Remoy continues, looking solid on the Deagle. Finds a clean couple of kills. Will it be enough, though? Zix coming in with a double of his own, a triple, in fact. And Remoy the only one left now. They know where he's at. He's confident on the Deag. He's going for it, but Dreamer able to drop him, and the damage is good. Unfortunately, no one else on the CT side able to back him up. Not a round that you expect them to win. But for just a second there, it did look doable. You do start to believe. But this, like I say, is where Singularity really do need to get it on the board. Things starting to run away from them early. Like, it's not even that late into the half, late into the game. It's just the fact that Blue Jays so very quickly have picked up these, I suppose, 4 rounds, 5 rounds, but the 4 that they have in the lead. Singularity just not answering back, like, at all. It's very troubling. Very troubling. And look, they might not win this round, but if they show something that's a bit more dominant, then I'll be happy with that. Oh, Remoy. Great angle. Great spot. Able to find 2. Stands massively strong there. That's brilliant. That is really, really good.
That's what we wanted to see, isn't it? Works out beautifully for Remoy. He may stick around a bit too long. It goes from really good to this be troublesome, and it is. They don't back out, Scurv. They don't take the man advantage. Tobis came around to help them retreat, but they simply can't. Very committed. And now Tobis is in a world of hurt. He's tagged up, peeked by the op. Num won't miss that one. And it's not even, look at the minimap. It's not like Blue Jays progressed. They just held firm and cleared every Singularity member towards A, forcing Nikodaz to rotate up, Ronick to stay down there alone, and he only has flashes to hold B, Scriv. And I think his smoke even missed on Monster, so I think this is a gamble A if they go B save. I really do.
Seconds left on the clock, particularly with Rocking being this distractionary player. I think you are right. He's finding frags as well. Singularity just coming into the game flat-footed. Don't play so hot with that kind of stance. It's really not looking too good at all. Maybe Nikodaz can be the one silver lining if he saves the AWP. I'm not so sure, though. It's very very difficult here, I think, for Singularity. They're just, like I was saying, coming into things pound for pound, seem like the better side. A lot more to them, a lot more confidence. And just the way things turn out initially with the economy and everything, they also have the money to back up said confidence. And, you know, having secure finances definitely is going to affect the way that you approach the game. Nikodaz does find 2 at the end, able to save the AWP. What's the game plan here? What is the game plan? Are they going to go for it? You know what my game plan is, though, Keith? You know what I do? I go to Hellcase, right? Yep. And I go, damn, I don't quite have as much money as I'd like to spend on these sick hell cases, if you will. Or sick as hell cases, yo. And I say, well, look, they got the hookup. Malta V, Gives you some extra cash. Malta V15, you want to spend a little bit more? You feeling close? You know the next one's going to be the good one, right? You get a 15% refill bonus with Malta V15.
That's spicy.
That is really good. That is really good, I think.
Yeah, they're the best. They're the partners. We love them to death. Blue Jays looking really good, like they are the literal form of loving Singularity to death. Overwhelming them in every possible aspect of this game, Scriv. Singularity does have that op this time around with the pistols. But Blue Jays, for some reason, Scriv, lately, their rifle rounds have been hit or miss. But whenever they get a read on the money and they go up against ecos, they've been really good. Not just this game, but even a couple ago. Every time I watch them and they have a good read on the economy, they just play really well. The moment they kind of lose track is when they fall into some issue. And if the CT side or whoever they're playing makes changes quickly enough, they seem to struggle. But if you give them room, you let them get a read of your economy, this is what you get.
Well, they will move into the AWP at the very least in this round. 30 seconds left. Actually, no, faking it out. Going to drop back. As Zix has gotten a little bit of control. I mean, the short hit doesn't really come in as cleanly as they'd like, and now they're going to double pump back in towards A. Kind of messy here. The AWP's still around, but at the very least smoked out. Those smokes starting to dissipate now. Nico does have the room, the potential to turn this round upside down. The bomb is going to go down. The plant comes in cleanly. Flank coming through. Not going to happen. Red Star as well pushing forward is able to find a frag of his own. It is indeed all down to Nikodoz, and after that first frag he's on 8 HP. Not fancying his chances, sees if anything presents itself, but ultimately going to look to save. And a little annoyed, yeah, a little annoyed. You can see just from the body language, I suppose. Either way, it's a 7th round for Blue Jays on the board. Slightly costly, but it will come for them.
Definitely a little costly. The ops. Ooh. I am very surprised. Well, okay, I'm not surprised none won on a hunt, actually. Now that I double check his money, he didn't care if he died. Damage to Nikodoz is worth it in the long run. Little do they know he's going to be able to afford another op. And in fact, not just one, they'll afford 2. And with the pick of Singularity, the CT side needs to start to wake up, Scriv. The double ops is a great sign. In my opinion, it means they're going to be going for these aggressive picks or conceding the map control Blue Jays has been getting anyhow and just playing more tradable in CT setups, strong on site with the double op. Either way, I'm all for it. Ramoy, they get a little bit of a nade toss out. It'll land nicely in front of Num. Down to 63 without seeing a thing. But he's not pleased. Rocking, avoiding the spam narrowly as he'll get in towards water alone. And he's going to try to just work this very silently, see if he can't work a pick onto the site. Accelerate is the opper looking into Monster. Could hold short at a moment. But again, enjoying the Blue Jays approach, but at the same time, I do like the change from Singularity. I think it's the right one. They just can't get overwhelmed and out-traded now towards these bathrooms.
Yeah. Okay, Dreamer just follows the traces. Toba's dead to rights. Nothing he can do. Did land the dink, so he felt greedy to go for a bit more. Doesn't work for him, though. It cost him his life, and, well, that's maybe something that's slightly out of your control. What can they do about that? Remoy's going to have to find 2 here. He needs to, and he will. Meanwhile, Nikodoz has come in with a kill onto Num. So it's all worked out. Beautifully played in the bathrooms. That was the play that they were going for. That was the linchpin play, and it comes through in a massive way. 4v2 here, Dreamer and Rocking going to try their absolute damnedest to come back into the round, but it's just not looking too good with only 25 seconds left. You don't expect too much from them. Rocking, though. Hello? Hello? What? I don't believe it. I think he gets a jumping headshot there. That's absolutely mad, but they managed to trade it back. Just a discombobulated approach from the remaining 2 Blue Jays players. And Singularity finally put a stop to it.
Stop definitely in place. Exactly what they needed and when they needed. They'll save the double ops, right? Guns aplenty, sure. It's kind of exactly what Singularity needed. Blue Jays, just the AKs, Even though they had money to go for the op on Numb, they'll avoid it this time. This, to me, screams we want to do more of a set, execute, somewhat out of spawn. The one player who spams there is going to do the same. Typically, it's always rocking, lurking out, right? Lurking around. And it's just going to be a pop flash as soon as that smoke fades. Beautiful. In they go. Red Star will lead the way. Bomb on back. Gets full blind. His teammate should help him out, but the blind hits them all. Another one to follow. Accelerate with their nades. They are just dropping all utility towards Monster, and it slowed them up. Can they get through the op? The Molly will force Rocking back. Or excuse me, Ronick back. Rocking still pushing forward. And they're just going to wait for this short player to perhaps come and help them out. He'll get a smoke heaven so they can swing wide on sight. What a flash, but Accelerate still connects. Ronick's still alive in pit, and this is just stalled out for them, Script.
Probably back even, though. Still anyone's game. We'll see. Slowly moving in here, 35 seconds left. Big damage onto Nikodos through the wall there. I think the dink through the wall, in fact. Numb, though, he gets tagged up as well. Cellrate, I mean, if he just wanted to go for a cheeky banger, might be able to find it, but oh, he tries at the end. He's doing it now. He's going for it now as the bomb goes down. Numb is just praying that none of these bullets connect. Looks like that's going to be the case, and the double AWP setup on the retake is just not what you would expect to work here. 1-for-1 trade coming in. Dreamer's spotted out the second as well. He's able to go for a quick reposition. Nikodos does have a kit, but he only has 15 HP. He's really not too confident in himself. Smoke going down onto the bomb. He expects the peak to come from short. That's not the case. He's been spotted. Tap comes in, and an easy kill for Dreamer. Blue Jays able to immediately answer back and get themselves a round on the board.
That was really cool. I don't know if you followed how they peaked that, but the player on site knew he couldn't stay there forever. They could be walking up short. Dreamer understood this as well, and they peaked at the exact same time. Because you figured the op heaven and or short is posted on the site player. They're not going to be both doing the same thing. So the site player and Dreamer peak at the exact same time. So the short player, or the graffiti player, tries to flick to the site player. The heaven player gets him. Dreamer trades it out, and then just plays the long game. Really cool play there from Blue Jays at just the right time. And they look to jump up to 9. They've broken Singularity's money for at least one round. But the pistols aren't messing around.
They're doing some damage here, to be fair. Keeping the economy modest and everything. Toba's coming in with a key one. Cellrate could actually do this, you know. They're a little split. They're a little disconjointed here. Oh, he slides in. He's moving pretty fast. He's heard them rocking so low. Drops in with the headshot. And now playing the headshot angle himself, going to make it hard for Zix to find this trade. More damage done onto both players. It's anyone's game. Zix will find it just 22 HP and able to get the clean headshot. A very close round. Singularity definitely still knocking on the door, as it were. It's just taken them so long to find this energy, so long to be competitive, right? It's very, very disappointing at this time. We'll see, though. 9th round for Blue Jays. Double digits just on the horizon. Can Singularity somehow find something to just pull some rounds back? At least hit 4 or 5 before giving another to Blue Jays.
Well, it's just a single op, not the double. They've lost a bit of that punch that perhaps they had that helped them win that second round. But maybe, oh just maybe, with this water control and boost they're about to do, perhaps would work out. The spam connect. Dreamers having no luck. Dinked through the spam and then peeked by a close rifle. That'll do it. Singularity back up. They want to live. Nikodos. Molly behind him, so he must pry forward. They heard that scope. You know they did. They're going to hear him backing up. They won't give too much chase. And now with Singularity man advantage, they can afford to cheat that extra player up to A, right? At a moment's notice. Dawes going to peek long on a great flash. Missing a key shot. Going to have to drop that smoke. With 40 seconds remaining, Blue Jays, they are slowly but surely running out of options.
Yeah, this is one of the things that we talk about with their inconsistency and whatnot. When they hit a brick wall, when a hurdle or an obstacle presents itself in a round, or in a game, right? They find it kind of difficult to adapt. Ooh, great flash, though. Remoy in a really good spot to find some frags here. Does get the first. Oh, second coming in from Nico Doz. Really well held. However, the trades are in thick and fast. Nico Doz still alive at the back of the site. Finding another and retaining the man advantage. The strong man advantage here for the CT side. No time for Rocking to do anything. That'll be the round. And Singularity get a third on the board. They have indeed done it. They are still fighting back, and the retrieval of the half certainly possible. And you have to bear in mind what I did mention at the top of the show. They're pretty damn good on the T side of Overpass. So it does make sense that maybe they are going to struggle a little bit here on the CT side of things. However, you would like to keep this a decent half, a safe half, you know? Nothing special, but workable with your strong T side. Couple more rounds required, I think, to hit that workable level.
Yeah, I would say 2 rounds is like, or 2 rounds, 5 rounds, excuse me. It's kind of where you want to be. I did the math in my head. Okay, 2 more rounds makes 5, and that's what I said. But yeah, 5 rounds for Singularity could, in my opinion, be considered quote unquote safe with how good they are on the T side. And again, more aggression into water. I talked about that really early on. And that's exactly what they need to do. Blue Jays struggle when you fight against their default, right? If you deal with the lurkers, you fight connector. And since Singularity has been starting to do that, the rounds have gotten a bit easier. Haven't won all of them, but they've certainly shaped up and looked a bit more close. A little bit more demanding from Blue Jays in the skill department. So, exactly what Singularity's had to do. Nikodos just jump spotting. He does one more jump, it would be into Zix, but he gets some sort of calm, or maybe the other player jump spotted him out, and it looked all too easy for Nikodos. Scriv, Dreamer, Red Star, all that remain, 2v5, and I do not see Singularity dropping this.
Would be somewhat insane if they did. Certainly would be good to do damage here, I guess, for the remaining 2 Blue Jays players. Getting a bomb plant as well would be great. There you go. Dreamer going to drop Remoy. Secondary AWP is still around. Ooh, crack angle, but he's able to get there first. Yeah, beautiful pickups coming in from Nico Doz at the end, as he is just not missing at the moment. The 4th round for Singularity comes off the back of it. They only lose the 1 player. It is that secondary AWP, I guess. But all good in the end. They will be facing off against Pistol by at best. So should be a doable 5th. And as we've said, this is the point that they want to reach. Really happy with this so far. And hopefully they can continue the trend. Maybe get up to the 6th round off the back of this one. Although, I don't know. They don't have an awful lot. I would definitely give these kinds of rounds a careful approach, though. Once again, the Blue Jays really do perform well when they're on the back foot, so to speak, or the weaker buy. Less risk associated.
Nikodos not missing at the moment, Scriv. He's starting to dial that AWP in. They can get to 5 and 6. It's really within reach. Red Star waiting for his teammates to group up. He's hoping he can catch the Opper scoped in. That'd be really cool. Remoy gets dinked. Lock will finish him up. There's the smoke. Red Star will definitely creep through it in hopes of catching Nikodos off. And it's a little too late. He's lost his teammate. Another rifler's rotated up. Red Star has lost his timing, lost his mojo. I think he needed to go a bit earlier. He probably starts to realize that now. But hey, AKs, they get a buy in the last round. That's all that matters. You never like having pistols in the last round. You always want to give yourself a fighting chance. That way it gives you a bit of a good feeling going into the next half on a win and on a buy. 1 downgrade for Galil for utility for rocking. Not the end of the world. And I think the Blue Jays could get 10 here. Singularity hit that must needed 5. But definitely room for 1 more. Again, since they've made that change in water and been aggressive and very assertive, it's made all the difference.
Oh, Nico Doz. Gotta be careful. Remoy has come in with 1 on the other side of the map, but Nico Doz is going to fall here outside of bathrooms. And a very weird situation now. The A-bomb site's somewhat vulnerable, although Remoy is pushed all the way forwards, and they kind of know that, and it's something they have to bear in mind. need to be hitting this A bomb site a little faster, though. Tobis has gotten in on the rotation. There's the cutoff on the back end, but these rotations are pretty solid. Keeping it even, keeping it competitive on the CT side of things. Somewhat confusing to me, to be honest. I don't know. The Blue Jays maybe not moving super fast. Maybe a little cautious, I guess. Obviously, they don't have all the information that we have, so there is that. And it makes it look somewhat recoverable for Singularity. 45 seconds left with the bomb in an awkward spot and no real information to work with. Tiny bits of utility for both teams. Great angle for Ronick. But he's not taking any aggressive peeks. They're just playing it safe. They're happy to let the bomb go down. Of course, it's the final round, so just winning the round is all that matters. Meanwhile, as it does go down, Blue Jays are able to back away. I'm not sure if Singularity maybe have given them a bit too much room here. Time will tell. It's going to be tough.
Yeah, Rocking, unless he gets mollied or spotted by the truck player, I really enjoy this spot.
They do have a molly.
Yeah, molly is in hand. Rarely do you see it tossed here, however. It either gets thrown towards deep long or in towards front bathrooms. Yeah, front bathrooms it is. Rocking's just going to continue to hide. Allow Dreamer to be the bait. Pick up the AK. Rocking move forward. Does he find the diffuser? Yes, sir. Rocking with 2. Jumps them up to 12 at the end of the half scriv. And I think Blue Jays almost tossed that round away. They overthought it in the sense that they didn't let Rocking deal with the long player, right? He was the one who knew what was going on, that he threw a smoke towards long to escape. And then they kind of only pushed site with 2 and got a little overwhelmed on the site. Loop bet the odds better in Blue Jays corner now after a really strong T side. I mean, statistically speaking, the T side is the better side for every team, or the CT side is better for every team, so that makes sense that they shift like that. Loop bet, of course, our partners. Check it out in the banner below. But to close my thought off, Blue Jays really tried to focus that long player while also pushing site, and they just committed one too many player, in my opinion. But it works out in the end.
Just about. We'll see coming into the second half whether that momentum, that confidence that they've just gained is going to affect things. Singularity, as we've said, although the odds, you know, definitely are not in their favor. I think maybe their CT side not quite strong enough, in the opinion of the bookies. We have definitely seen, just from the raw statistics, how much stronger Singularity are on this T side. Nice execute coming in, but a great return flash from the Blue Jays. Unfortunately, no frags coming in. In fact, they're all going the way of Singularity. Ronick, 1, 2, 3. Lines them up, knocks them down. Rocking trying to be cheeky on the edge of the smoke, but it's not going to work for him. He also falls. Wow. So far, a flawless pistol for Singularity, and Red Star going to have to do something incredible. I mean, he's not taking any damage. I feel like just save the armor. Spins around onto Nikados. Okie dokie. Probably hears him coming. See you later. But there's a flank coming through onto him. He knows where 2 of them are, but not really able to find the heads. Nothing more coming for him. Yeah, and as soon as he peeks round, the player at default just drops him. Ronick coming in with a big 4K, particularly the 3 to open that round right up.
Gonna watch this clutch again from Rocking. Really well done by the man. Singularity in with the AKs and MAC-10s on the back of the winning pistol. Blue Jays do what Blue Jays does best and buy on the second round. Not as strong as on their T side. A scout for Rocking, pistols for the rest, and a lot of trust in Rocking to lock this A site down. And funny enough, Singularity are doing identical to what Blue Jays did on this on their anti-eco rounds. Take it up long A, go from there. Rocking, scout, a little too exposed for my liking. Definitely caught off guard. Zix, no way you're getting to that one. Execute's coming in. Maybe the spam will be able to find a kill. Not lucky, however. All the pistols have rotated up and they're starting to overwhelm these players. Zix puts himself in a one and done without his teammates. And in my opinion, mistakes like that can't happen. They do, but hopefully I don't see that again, where you're retaking with your team. Dreamer and dealt by Accelerate. Red Star trying to work out Scurvs. Just too many guns, too many angles. I don't think Dreamer and Numb can do this, but I'm willing to be proven wrong, as always.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're kind of logical in this one. Nikadol's going to find Num. Red Star the only one left. Damage is cool. He does get the frag onto Tobiz, but yeah, he even knows his odds are very slim. So he'll just run away, save this Deagle into the next, and Blue Jays, the force buy not going to work out this time. It's something that we've said has been greatly successful for them in the past. Singularity are able to get the better of it this time around. We do have a technical pause coming in, unfortunately. But yeah, I think Singularity really looking good. Just immediately, although it is only the pistol and off the back of it, and there's a somewhat more random element, I think they're just a bit more comfortable on the T side of things. They like dictating the pace of this map and controlling that. Whereas, I suppose, to be honest, Blue Jays probably like doing the same on their own T side. But we'll see. Once they have a bit more cash coming in, they do have a bit of a deadly double up setup. Rocking, of course, has these incredible games from time to time, particularly on the CT side. I'm curious to see whether that comes out, but at the moment, their econ just can't really support it. We are going to be getting back into the action pretty quickly here, so no extended pause, thank goodness. We are right on time, as Blue Jays will just have to concede. They'll have to sit out, take this one on the chin, and then go all guns blazing in the next rifle round, in the next round itself.
All right. Your T-side theory of Singularity is coming into effect so far, Scriv. Don't know if that's going to change once the ops and weapons come out, but so far, so good. Ramoy, a crazy fan. That's very nice of him. And were those stickers flip side? It's been a while since I've seen any of those, I'll be honest. They said we'll see on the flip side, and they never came back, unfortunately, Scriv.
I do miss them, you know. They used to make every major and get knocked out fairly early.
Yep.
But, like, always had that upset potential to them.
True.
A lot of fragging power discovered there. Of course, Simple had a stint with Flipside back in day. And so did Hiko? Okay, hold on. We're seeing frags coming in. They're not. I thought they'd just clean this up really easily. They've actually found 3 kills on the Blue Jay side of things. That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. Singularity, feel like that should have been a bit cleaner. Maybe caught with nades in hand, a couple of them. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's where, like, you know, Simple ended up on Team Liquid because he was good mates with Hiko, because Hiko played with Flipside when they were, like, desperate for a player for a tournament. And they just immediately hit it off, as they say. Alright. Getting back into things, Blue Jays are going to have to find themselves this round. It is starting to get a little worrisome. The momentum, the speed and whatnot that has been built up by Singularity certainly being felt. Waves being made on this T side, which is kind of what we expected. Blue Jays, again, pound for pound, maybe a little stronger here. And I think that translates onto their CT side. But we'll see.
Yeah. No, I agree completely. Nikodaz is going to have to step up with his op. Find opening picks. We're going up against Numb. He knows how to play this map without a second thought. And as I speak about him, he pushes in towards bathrooms, rifle support behind him in Red Star. Numb can be pretty relaxed in this position. While Singularity's default continues to work across the map. They'll send 2 players long to kind of get spotted, maybe bait out some utility of these CTs on towards A, and then get ready to take A by storm. They're hoping there's only 2 players on B, and they're right in that sense. So all of this is the beta rotate, which is already up on A. So this has worked beautifully for Singularity. They're going to walk into an empty B site. Everyone's left. Even the anchor player, who isn't supposed to be left on 1 player making contact, and they're rotating back swiftly. Already dropping one of these B players. Double nades on Decelerate's head, stuck at 4 HP. This is going to be swift, Scriv.
Gonna need someone to step up massively. It probably will have to be Nikadol's. Finds the first. He's now left on his lonesome, and every shot he misses is an opportunity to close the gap. A hopeful no-scope at best. And Blue Jays finally get it done. When the rifles are in play, this is once again what we were worried about, the pound for pound matchup. I'll keep going on about it while it keeps showing itself. But yeah, definitely looking good there from Blue Jays. Even with the incorrect call. You know what I mean? Even with that incorrect rotation. They're still able to get it done just because they're winning the fights that present themselves to them. And I feel like it's a bit of a shame. Singularity not really realizing, actually, oh, we've got a clear sight over here, guys. You want to come join me? It's like some of them were in the middle of pushing towards A and whatnot. And, man, it seems mentally things are getting to them ever so slightly. Great touchdown nade from Rocking to find the second there. He has ripped this round open. Singularity not able to deal with his wrath. Looking really good. I think he was boosted up initially and then naded through as well. So perfect stuff from Rocking.
Love it. Whenever Rocking's playing well, the rest of Blue Jays seemingly follow. And with a CZ, Mac 10 and up, how do you get into this site? You had a moment there. Repeat comes in.
Ooh.
Rocking over facing Ronick, looking pretty snappy. Is the second to follow. Zix full blind, but it's a hard clear, hard ass spray down. Zix only one, but there is Dreamer for the cleanup. I'll go ahead and grab the AK if he can. It's lost in the sauce, so he won't find it. That's it. 12-8, Singularity have to save, which means it's 13 for Blue Jays, and not exactly what we needed from the Singularity boys. I'd say they need to string 3 to 4 rounds together on their first rifle, right? Come out the gates really hot. Don't allow any of the Blue Jays to get going. But already with the Blue Jays on 13, CT side, not their map pick. I still want to believe in Singularity, though, Script. I don't want to give up complete hope.
Yeah, I think they kind of have to take that same mantra, for sure. But it's easier said than done, man. You're in this kind of a situation, you're trying to rush straight in, and wow, the meat grinder is awfully effective there. Tobias does find one, but he's dealt with quickly. And that will indeed be all she wrote for that round. I mean, kind of to be expected. Like you said, you'd already given them the 13th and everything, right? So definitely going the way that we thought it would. However, this is where Singularity need to mount some kind of a formidable attack. As Blue Jays on the cusp, on the verge of stealing away their map pick, and then we walk into Dust 2, which we've seen Blue Jays, you and I, perform pretty well on. And Singularity, statistically, at least, it's not so hot. And from what we've seen here, they are a little deflated. But we'll see. Given time, maybe they can bounce back. Big nade coming in early on. Again, though, Rocking looking really good in that sense. It was Zix, mind you. My mistake. He's moved as Rocking all the way towards that A-bomb site, I guess. They're predicting a bit of an A-hit here, Keith.
Silence. Becoming a little deafening across the map right now. Again, Blue Jays loving this 3A setup. Not expecting anything too explosive from Singularity, but a lot of trust in their B players. You can get support smoke from your teammates on A towards Monster. That's always helpful, Dreamer. As soon as he sees his Molly coming in, he's going to have to drop his nades, especially now before he dies. 7 HP. Zix is going to try to flash for Dreamer, but this spray gets one. That's decent. Zix has to stand tall. He knows they're coming through short, and they trade out equally. And the rotator gets cut down. That is bad news bears for Blue Jays, but Red Star's a maniac. What?
Oh. Wild?
What
Red
did
Star's
we just
wild.
see?
I don't know, man. He's just wrecked them. Just absolutely destroyed them. Man, that really sucks as well, you know, because Blue Jays, like, without him, I think Singularity win the round. Without that individual pop-off. So Singularity going to be a little bit annoyed at themselves. They're not able to shut him down before he does all that damage. Definitely got a feel for them in that sense, but all the same. Half by coming in from Singularity here, Keith. They're playing it nice and safe. Very, very scary stuff, as they will do their absolute damnedest to come back with the rifles, I suppose. Maybe going to try and go for a bomb plant, do some damage here, but it's going to need 7 in a row by the looks of things, particularly with the first pickup coming through for Dreamer. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I honestly, particularly with the way that it started, I did expect a cleaner ride here for sure on this T side, but once the rifles have come into play, Blue Jays have just bested them round after round after round.
Yeah, they've been able to shut down these site executes relatively with ease. Ronick shut down. Graz quick on the trade with the Deagle, but Dreamer is still here. Monster is his zone. He has that locked up. And just like this should be 15 for Blue Jays. Molly smoked, bullets whizzing by. A player pushed out of Monster. Nicolas does not stand a chance. And Zix will make sure of it. So 15 for Blue Jays. They're looking like they're about to steal away Singularity's map pick, and it would be huge. It would bode really well in comparison to how they've been playing as of late on Overpass. Showing a bit of a bounce back here. And here we go, Singularity, Op, AK, Scriv. Is it enough to get them over the line? The opening duel will tell.
Gonna have to be, man. Gonna have to be, right? Like, they don't have any other option. The AWP, the new thing here, so you would think they're gonna try and set that up as best they can. To be honest, Nicolas has indeed been one of the more impressive elements for Singularity. Oh, Red Star. Red Star. Ronick doesn't check him hard enough. Remoy has found the first. On to Rocking, but Red Star trading that back is pretty massive. We'll go down to the player over at short. So they've got a short, that is. They've got a lot of control of both of the shorts, I guess. It's actually able to push his whole way forward there. So 4v3, looking really good for Singularity, in all honesty. And the CTs really don't know. We've had a kill on A. We've had 2 kills on A now. But we've got pressure on B. Which site is it? Don't know. They don't really have the manpower. Oh my god, cell rate is clean. As the 1 versus 4 for Dreamer looks impossible. There's a player lurking around in the form of Nicolas. Maybe needs to be careful not to lose the AWP too easily. Meanwhile, the bomb goes down and Dreamer, of course, going to concede the round here. I mean, they have the money, but, like, there's no point throwing his life away.
If you can find a gun at Singularity, though, it always bodes well. Or the AWP of Nicolas, that'd be kind of huge. But no, they found Dreamer in his home. That is Monsters, where he typically plays all the time. So they catch him. Make sure you can't save, but money is there from Blue Jays. It'll be a buy. Honestly, they may even go double up here. There's a possibility of it. Rocking and dropping M4 or something over for Red Star. Instead, Red Star's just going to buy it himself. So Red Star on the AWP along with Numb. M4s. And you always buy if you want to go for double ops, you can afford it. You just do it. It's worth it. You have rounds to play with on top of it all. And when you get the first pick, you're typically successful. So I really do admire this one. And the quick water fight. Zix gonna get back up. They're trying to play anti-flash here. Trying to post up. Numb. Rare miss shot. And actually wallbang from Tobiz through the little wall to the left of Zix. That is wild. Zix is going to have to bail out now, and 1 up gone in the wildest fashion.
Okay. Remoy through the smoke as well. Crazy round. Crazy round. But Singularity not going to be too bothered about how they win them, just that they are. We'll see whether this continues here. The Blue Jays looking like the old, if they come B, we fight, but if they go A, we save. Does make a lot of sense here. Their cash not quite as good as it was in the previous round, so By the looks of things, folks, we're going to be here another round longer. Singularity keeping their hopes alive as all that utility comes in. Somewhat of a waste, as Blue Jays are very happy to just concede and be like, yeah, whatever, man. You go for it. We'll just save. And if they can survive with all three players here, I think they can be fairly happy. Remoy off angle doesn't work for him. Zix does drop him pretty quickly, in all fairness. Not sure how hard they want to hunt this. Their money is good. But at the same time, they really don't want to be giving extra cash and whatnot away. They managed to retrieve a secondary AWP here. So, might well put a buy together in the next one, Blue Jays. I'm not sure. It would be very Blue Jays. It would be very Blue Jays. But personally, I would be a fan of ecoing around what they've got here. Maybe an upgraded pistol or two. Don't think the loss bonus is really going to do anything for them, so... I don't know. Dreamer gets a deagle, Num fully eco. That's what I'd like to see. Whether they do that is another question, because Blue Jays can be wild with the money, can be irresponsible with their finances from time to time.
Double ops and 1 AK script. Is it enough? Singularity switching things up in a quick B hit. They've had a decent read lately that Blue Jays play more A heavy than their B side. So they're going to do a quick short pop. I really like this, but Dreamer and his deagle cut the first down to give Zix time for 2. That second headshot. Where did he pull that one out of? The luck bank? Through the little bit of metal here. He's going to continue to fight tooth and nail. It's getting a little wild. What a headshot from Nikodas. And it's 3 ops standing, 2 for Blue Jays. What is going on?
Hard to follow, my guy. It is just about Singularity coming out on the top of things. Keeping us alive, making it competitive here. Still 4 more in a row to go. And due to the eco in the previous, right, there's room available here for the Blue Jays boys to go for a buy, but it's still not going to be ideal. Num on that MP9. No kits. I mean, they've got a decent amount of utility. This is definitely a workable buy, but it is a little risky. I don't know. I would have been a fan. I can agree with this, but I could also agree with going for a half buy and a super strong buy into the next instead of this. But again, Blue Jays, their methodology, they get the rifles out whenever they can, really. So, but no, or I don't know, man. I'm not sure if this is enough for them.
This buy, yeah. I'm questioning its existence at the moment. No kits, very low utility, just not the best. Zix is gonna have to pop off full blind, but the flash wears off him first. Able to find Remoy, he'll grab that AK. Dreamer, easy kill on Nikodas, and Singularity just feed them through the smoke into Monster. No support flashes. They fall apart, Scriv. Right when I didn't think they'd falter, right when I thought they had the advantage buy-wise and everything else, it falls apart. But one more kill, we're back to even. Then you never know.
Here we go, Tobers. Del rate. The last hopes for Singularity. Now it's all on to Tobers. They know where he is. 3 peek into him, and he will not survive. Blue Jays eventually able to clean it out. It took them time. Bit of complacency, you could argue. And definitely credit to Singularity for pulling things back. If only they'd have gotten off to a stronger start in that game. An incredibly one-sided affair to begin with, right? With the 7-1? Yes. Took me a little bit of time. It actually went all the way up to 9-2. So, yeah, really, really, really one-sided stuff in the beginning from Blue Jays. And I think that is just the room that they needed to take away their opponent's map pick.
Yeah, I agree. I think Blue Jays just kind of dialed it in early on that T side, ran away with it, as you mentioned. Numb, rocking, Dreamer had some insane wall bangs and spray through smokes. He was really looking, honestly, super crispy, which I'm kind of coming to used to expect from him. And then it's just very unfortunate how they fell apart there, Scriv. I thought Singularity would have been able to run it back on the CT side, one pistol, right? But then, as I said in the game, they kind of had to win like 3 to 4 rounds off the first rifle to bring it closer and give themselves a chance. But didn't happen. And look at that, Dreamer on top. I had a feeling Nikodas had some good moments, but wasn't enough. Now it's going to be going to Blue Jays map pick. Do you remember the map, Scriv? It slipped my mind.
I definitely do, my guy. Dust 2. And Blue Jays pretty hot on this one. Singularity, not so much. So I think they're going to have their work cut out to stay alive in this series.
Whew. Well, we're going to take a break. When we come back, it's Blue Jays map pick. Will it be 2-0? Will my prediction be right? Will I be smart? I hope so. Well, hang on, though. And good vibes to you. Welcome back to Malta Vibes. Of course, Blue Jays Singularity, brought to you by Gaming Malta, the home of gaming excellence, and so I'm told good vibes, which is pretty cool. And we have Blue Jays versus Singularity Scriv. Now we move on to Blue Jays pick of Dust 2. Makes me a little worried, if I'm going to be completely honest, for the Singularity side, because their win rate on this map, not great. Seemingly like a bottom of the map, kind of map pool for them. So, unfortunate.
Yeah, definitely a tough kind of veto, I think, coming into things initially. And a lot of this was down, a lot of this was predicated off the back of winning Overpass, to be perfectly honest. Like, what can you do? You know, they ban away one of your most played maps in Vertigo. They ban away Nuke. You don't really want to play Train, I guess. Like, both these teams have very, very shallow map pools, and it does end up costing you. It does limit you in the sense that it's like, okay, we have to come into this veto, and we have to win our map pick. Like, it is paramount that we win our map pick. And then you lose your own map pick. Yeah, and it's now a really, really hard uphill battle with your tournament life on the line, not just the series life, as it were, but tournament life on the line on a map that Blue Jays, I think, really do thrive on. It's not their best map. It's not a perfect map for them, but it's a pretty damn good one. And just that style of play with solid single AWP on rocking, they like a good double AWP setup from time to time, and the quick, instinctive approaches to rounds. It's a really great map from a tactical standpoint.
I can't agree more. The double ops kind of wreak havoc on this. I don't know exactly what's been going wrong with Singularity on this map. Like, let me take a quick look. Who they've been losing to. I'm curious. So, out of the 8 times they've played Dust 2, oh my goodness. Out of the 8 times they've played Dust 2, they've lost 4 of them in Malta Vibes tournaments and cups. 1 in ESL Pro League, 1 in Winners League, the other at Home Sweet Home. Losses to SAW, LELC, North, Fours, Gambit, Youngsters, Fate, and Pact. So if I'm going to be honest, they might not be bad at this map, but those are hard teams to play on Dust 2. Again, doesn't bode well that you only have a 61.3% win rate on the rounds that you get the opening kill on. Most teams are near 70, so that's kind of lacking. Again, the only data and sample size we have are from really good Dust 2 teams. Again, I think they should be able to beat the likes of SAW, Fate, and Pact. But at least those games were closer in comparison to the LDC North and Fours ones. So,
yeah, I suppose, right? Like, put in context, it may well be a little misleading, so to speak, right? So we'll see here. We will see. It could be a bit more competitive than we were expecting. Of course, getting into the knife round here. Don't think this is massively important for these two teams. They both seem to have a bit of a better run on the T side, I guess, but should be able to fend off decently. It will be Singularity winning that knife round. Not getting baited by the hood. There we go, all cleaned up. But yeah, I didn't get baited that time. I checked the names, Keith, before I just read them off the top. So, smart cookie coming into the second map. Maybe Singularity starting off on the CT side, which we did see be a bit weaker from them. Maybe they can be some smart cookies. The odds, though, pretty heavily in favor of Blue Jays. More so than they were going into Overpass. So that's kind of to be expected.
Look at those live odds, Scriv. Still favoring the Blue Jays as expected. Shout out to LoopBet, our partners. They are awesome. Check out the banner below, and in chat, there is things to be seen there for sure. And into the pistol we go. Blue Jays gonna push in towards lower mid. And good odds will greet them with AP 2000, not necessarily open arms. And into mid, Blue Jays will go. A mid to B split, one CT smoke. Cellrate not playing around. Gonna continue to peek with the help of Ronick. And this is getting shut down real quick. Ronick with a second. Can he find the third? Out of bullets, it's Red Star. Okay. Rocking knows he has to peek for one more. They can't cross and grab that bomb for as free as they would like. There's a player coming in through tunnels. And there he is. Red Star gone. Rocking now alone. No armor and dealt with. Singularity. That was a pretty nice behold.
Really well done, to be honest. It looked like with the burst out from Blue Jays, they might get overwhelmed. But the anchors just holding things down really well. We'll see, though. Force buy coming in, of course, as is the Blue Jays' way. Could be good for them here. A lot of flashes over the top. The instant headshots from both players there. That's mad. The Rocking Will somehow managed to find one, despite being dropped as soon as he pulled the trigger. I don't know, man. That's crazy. That is crazy. However, the craziness seems to have come to an end, he says, and then Num hits a nuts headshot onto Nikodos. And out in the open is Ronick. 2 versus 2 here. Still feel like Singularity should be able to clean this up, though, Keith. The 8 HP and 34 HP should be low enough for these 2 remaining players to find the round. They peek together. Num, though, hits the shot over the smoke onto the low HP. Well, not even low HP, but low enough to get one shot. And suddenly this becomes a bit more interesting. A reposition coming in from Red Star as well. Tobiz does well to find that frag. He really needed to do so. Red Star, at the very least, will get the bomb plant, and it's already a massively costly round. But suddenly looks a bit more doable. He's going to go for the plant, of course. If he gets into a decent position and catches Tobiz off guard, you never know that he might steal this one away.
Always a chance. He's actually out on site, and if he gets on this bomb right now, he'll have it. A full 10-second defuse with the smoke on the bomb, but he's overthinking it. He's thought a bit too long and hard about this one. He'll get on the bomb now, but with no kit. Red Star's nice and close, and he's gotten off it again. No kit, that's it. He read him like a book. Red Star just played him. Tobiz won't even have time, even if Red Star doesn't kill him, but he gets off the bomb. And Tobiz, just a little, one of those classic moments of overthinking, Scriv.
Yeah, I think so, right? Panic definitely setting in there. A round that they should be picking up. But again, they fall flat to the classic Blue Jays force buy. And we may well see a bit of a repeat here of that first map where the Blue Jays ran away with the advantage they were able to get off the back of the force buy. We'll see, man. We'll see. There's going to be a return from Singularity. They do have cash and whatnot. An M4 out for Tobiz. Scouts, always dangerous. And Dust 2, as we've just seen, a great map for the force buys. You can definitely overwhelm, catch people off guard, and just hit some nutty shots. 1, 2, 3. Perhaps for the likes of Nikodos on the Deagle. But a nice safe play coming in from the Blue Jays. They'll just go for the cross smokes. Should be an easy plant here at the very least. The retake is another question, particularly with the nade damage coming in, the chip damage coming in off the back of the scout. Red Star and Rocking, though, finding the frags. They're so low here, Keith. The bomb's dropped in no man's land. This is absolute chaos. As the 3v2 comes in, now the 1v3 should be much more doable. Remoy able to get the reload off, or Num, the full HP player, going to fall? Surely? Maybe not. Left on 13 HP. They both are. It's anyone's round, but the thing is, Remoy's got the bomb. He just needs to play cool, calm, and collected, and he should be able to get away with this. Beautiful find onto Num as he creeps in, and just the one bullet needs to land. He swaps across to a Galil as well. That makes it even easier. Oh, man. The force buy wars are a bit mental on Dust 2.
They typically always deliver, don't they? Remoy just gonna play time. I really like this. Because what's Dreamer gonna do? He has to go to site, must plant with 5 seconds. You have to clear a large percentage of angles. And he only has time to plant. Remoy should be running at him. Instead, he'll walk up. Give Dreamer a chance to peek. But it ends pretty well for Remoy in the end. The only reason I was saying if he runs at him is he does one of 2 things, right? He's going to get off the bomb and face you, or try to stick the plant in fear of dying. But it doesn't matter in the end. Remoy plays it well. Big 4K for him. Scriv to get Singularity right back with that force buy, as you mentioned. Blue Jays. Plant, lost bonus. Honestly, you save, you buy next. You buy here, you lose 2 rounds. You lose out on 2 rounds, and lose out on a rifle. So this is just going to be a save.
No.
Hard disagree. This is a hard disagree for me.
Well, we'll see, man. You go away for a minute, and then come back,
sir.
and then you can see the aftermath, and you can laugh all the way to the bank, or, you know, be proven wrong. But they are really putting their money where their mouth is here on the Blue Jays side of things. Early utility usage, not resulting in very much. I guess they get the long control, but like Singularity are happy to give them that. Playing it safe, not taking any chances, as would be wise against this Blue Jays side with a buy like this. They often do very well. Really slowed down here, though, since gaining the long control. Smoke coming in. Oh, lovely stuff. All the way from T-spawn. No hinge smoke. It's a bit different. Orb comes out for Nikados. It's only a leg, though. Has to be careful not to get overwhelmed here. Remoy also doesn't want to stick around. Does get one, but traded immediately. Not good enough. Nico Doz trying to land the no-scope's not going to work for him. In from the side comes Rocking as he catches them sleeping. 2 quick kills on the MAC-10. Makes this round very doable. A 3-on-2 as Cellrate has pulled one back, but is it? Oh, the bomb! The bomb! Keith, the bomb is dropped! The one kill! The one kill that Remoy got was the bomb carrier, and no one retrieved it. It's actually the biggest frag of his life.
We'll remember this forever. Dreamer through the smoke drops to Ronick. Oh, Blue Jays, you had it. You had it. You were going to prove me wrong, and now you're faulting. Numb. An absurd dig. Cellrate gives up the bomb. Wait. There's no time. They have to kill him. Oh, it's heartbreak. No, don't do it to him. It's heartbreak, though. Told you so?
Listen,
I'm not very confident saying that, though.
I'm not so sure whether I could give you that one, because, like, they should have won. They got a little unlucky in all the chaos. But then... Nah, I mean, they should have won. So I don't know. I'll give it to you. I think you were right. I think you were right. If only, you know, but for the grace of God, like it was a wild round there. If they'd have carried that bomb with them, I think they win it. But Singularity getting a little lucky. There is some kind of a god looking down on them. And I think this is part of it, right? Blue Jays may well look at the statistics and everything. That force buy in the last round is somewhat disrespectful, as they say. But... it's kind of a wild one. Like, I think they might have looked into things here and gone, oh, wow, they're not really good at this map, but then not broken it down in the same way that we did and looking at the statistics and whatnot. Rocking's actually got an AWP. I didn't notice. I thought he had a full-on scout. It's not the case. He finds a frag with the AWP. Does get traded back. Hopefully someone can retrieve that. Dreamer does indeed do so. They'll go for a reposition. Still attacking the B-bomb site. There's only one player here as well, so this is certainly doable. Big nade damage going to come on through. It does indeed. Surely finds a couple. No, only the one. That could be big. Zix in a sneaky spot. Has he been spotted there? He has indeed. Cellrate gets him with the pre-fire. And the plant will come in, but the round itself is really not looking doable. Unless Dreamer on the glass cannon AWP. Certainly does have to dream here, but he will have to do most of the work. That's the serious factor.
Posted on window. Numb's just trying to stay alive. Get one, and he can't. And Dreamers gets removed right at the same time. Singularity. Where was this on overpass? These buttery smooth retakes and winning rounds with FAMAS. Keeping the op round after round. If only this would have happened then, perhaps we could have had a different third map, or no third map at all. And it's going to be a buyback from the Jays. Scriv that lost bonus. Bomb plant. AKs, no op. I don't mind the no op buys from Blue Jays, especially on Dust 2, but you kind of have to go in with a plan. Are you taking long control? What's going to be your move? So far, smoke on the corner. Flash is coming over. Zix is jumping out to blue bin. Will Cellrate be blind? He's going to get to pit. Does he get cleared by Zix? Yes, sir. And they find his backup. So well done.
Great openers. Absolutely wonderful openers. Rocking on the other side of the map as well. That lurking presence seeming to cut them off and kind of make them guess, where it's like, they've found these kills on A, but we've not really seen them dedicate to A. Then they've just got a kill on B. What's the deal? I think ultimately, though, Tobiz and Nikodos looking to save. Does make a lot of sense. It has indeed started to fall apart from them. And Blue Jays finally able to get one back. It's been an awfully long time. Singularity have looked really good once the rifles have come into play. But, of course, tournament life on the line, it needs to be a lot better than just a few rounds. Blue Jays will get one back. Singularity need to answer pretty quickly, not allow them to get that deadly momentum we always talk about. Blue Jays really do thrive under the momentum.
Yeah, you don't want to give these guys momentum. And you don't want to give them a round where they keep 5 alive, because that means their buys are going to be bolstered. They'll be able to have a little bit of cushion for that good old support system, right? Yeah, you don't want to give them too much. But it is going to be a second for Blue Jays. I have a feeling, a weird feeling, this map's just going to be CT-sided for these two teams. I just get a weird feeling about that. I think both teams don't really suit the T side on Dust 2, and I think that's kind of fair to say, but I think both of them would really like CT side, right? Single up, double up. You don't really have to fight for control as that along. So it feels like it would suit both these teams very well. Singularity off to a hot start, but you can't allow Blue Jays to bounce back, and this is their buy to counter that, Scriv.
Needs to work well, needs to work pretty quickly. At the very least, make this costly and then save some would be a worst case scenario. Great little setup here. Nikodos able to find the first. They do have a lot of pressure on this A site. Quick headshot from Num, though. Suddenly opens things up. The plant should come through, but the rotations are here quickly. And of course, it's wild to know who's coming out on top. However, rocking, that might be the kill that makes all the difference. Nikodos still on this AWP, looking to try and close the gap, find a cheeky frag to get his teammates back into things. Rocking, though, in CT is causing havoc. 4 versus 2. They have to deal with him, but then there's these players on the site. They're so split on this CT retake, the two of them. Nikodos the only one left. And he looks dead to right. Great little play from Dreamer to jump around, bait the shot out of him. And Blue Jays very quickly getting that third on the board, crushing the CT economy. And the lead here looking under threat. With the pause coming in, you can definitely tell they are somewhat shaken. Very, very worried about their lead slipping away.
That must be such a really, for lack of a better word, poopy feeling, right? I'll use the safe stream word, Scriv, don't you worry. But
okay, thank you.
You come off of your map pick, it's a weak CT side. You start off really hot, pistol, rifle, second. And then the fourth buy almost catches you off guard. The Blue Jays start to win a couple. Now they're one round back. Thank goodness for Hellcase, though. They'll turn you around and they'll put a smile on your face. Malta V15. Check them out. Hundreds of cases, giveaways, 2 cool tournament modes. Banner blowing in chat. You know what to do, boys. Check them out. Check them out. Now, Singularity, back to that feeling. It's going to be tied up, and that just can't feel good after losing on such an important your map pick CT side. Now to jump onto Dust 2 and start off so well, then start to lose. It can't feel good, Scriv, to wrap up my point.
Yeah. Certainly going to be a bit rough and hard to come back from. And you just have all this other weight on your shoulders. And I think this is something that maybe they do really well on that Blue Jays side of things, is perform just the same. Doesn't really matter about the mental so much. I think they're a pretty solid side in that sense. Don't let the situation, don't let the problems that could present themselves actually get to them. Play really, really well because of it. But look, we'll see here. Buy is pretty damn strong. They don't have an AWP in play, I guess, but other than that, it's definitely workable. A lack of a kit. I'm never a big fan of, you know, I guess your only offensive utility comes from cell rate as well, actually. So there are some sacrifices made. They're going to need to find themselves an early advantage. They know that with this aggression up short. Oh, and a nice little push coming in from Ronick. There's pushes all over the place, so they've gained so much information as well as the frag. This is really big, and they can pull off an incredibly fast flank onto the T side if they play their cards right, if they indeed work things well. But we'll see here. Time starting to tick through. It's being watched kind of by Numb. Does manage to find the first, takes a dink, stays alive. There's no one around to help him. He needs to get his own way out of here. Nice little smoke. Gonna buy him some room to work with as it dribbles down. And at the very least, he's buying time. The rest of the squad finding frags. Meanwhile, Numb's still alive down there. Nice swing from Ronick coming in. He's had a good round, but he will be dropped. They're just not able to mount a clean enough comeback, particularly because this pressure they were expecting from Long never comes. Which to me is a little wild. Maybe Cell Rate was expecting help for Numb. Maybe he didn't realize he dinked him out. I don't know. But regardless, a very messy retake that Blue Jays will capitalize on.
Well, what do Singularity do now? Nothing saved. Your money's in an awful place. I mean, it's going to be a pistol round, obviously, but I wouldn't mind seeing them do one of two things. You commit 3 to 4 players off a spawn and really get long control. Make Blue Jays feel a bit uncomfortable and even fighting it after that round. Or do a bit of a cat setup, right? Kind of pinch mid control. If they go long, you fight mid. Try to get the advantage in fights and numbers across the map when you can. Right now, Singularity unable to capitalize on much. And it's Blue Jays who've been on a bit of a run. And as a Jays fan in real life, Script, feels good whenever I see a team called Blue Jays winning. I just made the connection in my brain. So maybe I am a fan secretly. You know
Maybe.
the MLB team, right? Of course you do. You're a big baseball guy.
I do recognize the name. Of all the American sports, I feel like baseball I would maybe find the most interesting.
I'm not trying to generalize here. Do you watch cricket?
No.
Okay, never mind. My reference
Yeah.
game, but yeah. But
Yeah. No, it's fair because they're you can draw similarities and stuff. But I don't know, man. It just looks to me like it's kind of interesting as well, right? Because I think baseball seems like this sport where you don't have to be an all-round athlete.
nope.
American football is kind of like that as well.
What?
Oh, whoa, hold on. Okay.
Speaking of athletes,
Ronick's found 2 quick kills here. Becomes a bit more interesting. Podcast mode has been turned off. What's happening at mid here? This is mad. Numb's trapped. Meanwhile, Dreamer trying to open things up on the B bomb side. Nice and clean. They do get through it. It is very costly there. But yeah, it's like in baseball, it seems like, you have your one role and you're really good at that, and that's all that matters. You know what I mean? I understand it's like you could look at soccer or football, for example, right? Like in the UK, and it is kind of, I don't know, maybe your defenders are a little less speedy, right? And they fill slightly different roles, but you generally have to be like an all-round kind of athlete and able to play for 90 minutes or whatever. But in baseball, it seems like you got this one guy who does this one thing. If he can't run for very long, doesn't matter because he's just meant to hit the ball really hard. It's kind of funky in that sense. Speaking of funky, so it's beautiful shots around the smoke. Does he know there's a second one there? He doesn't. Oh, and this could come back to bite him if Dreamer plays his cards right.
he's looking to. He has to win this fight against CT player. Has him stuck in the corner. Cellrate could be in trouble, but he oversprays, and Cellrate gets a peek numb to the B250. He doesn't know this player backside's weak. Shot runs off. Should have him dead to rights, and he will. Numb and Zix. Where does Numb get that kill from? Nick it on, I believe in spawn? Deleted. He had the angle that you could see deep into CT. And with Cellrate being close, they don't feel comfortable planning yet, but with 50 seconds, they can wait. Here comes Cellrate through the smoke. And it's Ramoy alone, hoping to get a little bit of luck on his side. Instead, it's an op shot to the gut, down to 6. He'll try to creep the smoke once more. Can he find the player not planning first? No, he'll go ahead and take the free kill, but cannot find Numb, who walks away with 3. The hero of the round is Numb. In what spectacular fashion.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy, I can't lie. Another wild round between these two teams. It definitely does seem to be the case when Blue Jays are involved. They can be hard to keep up with, hard to fully decipher, as it were. But always keeping it fun. Always keeping it interesting. We'll see a half buy coming in from Singularity as Blue Jays are really starting to run away with things here. Stringing a good chunk of rounds together as well. You really do start to worry in that sense. What, we're up to 6 in a row from them now, Keith? Looking to be 7 if they win this one cleanly, which may well be the case. Ronick the first to fall. Okay, Selray on the edge of the smoke. Good for 1. Remoy trades him back, so damage is definitely coming in, and there's a good number of players to be dealing with here. Rocking, lovely stuff, as he does manage to one-tap the final 2 players. Ultimately, no harm, no foul. So 8th round for Blue Jays. That's 7 in a row. Coming in now. Very good stuff from them. And Singularity with this next rifle round with this double AWP buy, sir, are going to have to shut this one down and try their best to bounce back.
I'll pause to talk about it. Just like I was doing without pushing my push to talk. I was talking to myself about it. Not cool.
Classic.
Classic.
That would definitely. I have never used push to talk like ever, so that would
Never
definitely be me.
Any gaming situations, really.
Nah.
So you're an open micer through and through.
Yeah, but I have like a mute hotkey, so if I
it's kind of the same thing, isn't it?
kind of right, but a little less frequent. So it's like I don't know if I need to have a drink or if I need to, you know, maybe if I'm playing in a competitive environment, I need to say some swear words. Like
yeah,
you know,
okay.
It's I can just do it like mute my microphone. I don't know. Feels more natural to me.
Yeah, no, I see that. I can see that. Fair enough. Maybe I'll hop on the mute button trend at some point, but 5,000 hours of CS on push to talk will just turn you into an addict of push to talk. So I'm already at that stage, and now I'm denying it. So I'm moving through the stages quite quickly, Scrib. Blue Jays, quick to take mid control and look towards catwalk. Singularity, car, goose, long. Don't hate the positions. Willing to see if they can get out of this. A lot of trust in that op on the corner, and Tobis to hold mid. Well-timed flash. She will hit Red Star, just cannot finish the kill. Gonna posture up for some more. Can they trade out Tobis? They can! Give him the third. No, it's rocking to find him. Ronick's alone in those kills that Tobis fought so hard for. It may just be irrelevant.
God damn. Gonna suck if they end up dropping this one for sure after an opener like that. We'll see. Still certainly capable of it. The golden rule, they have even numbers, not less numbers going into this B retake, so certainly should be doable. Slowly but surely making their way in. Maybe a bit too slowly for my liking. They do have kits available, but the frag's going to have to come in thick and fast. About halfway ticked here. Really got to get moving. Flash coming over the top. Dreamer so blind, can't help his teammates out. Nice find from Cellrate coming in. Dreamer just baiting them out so hard. Manages to find the first. Damage coming back through. He does get traded quickly, which was key. Someone's got to get on the bomb, though. I think they've just about got time for it. I'm not sure. Might be cutting it a little close here. They will just get the defuse in. Singularity. The stop that needed to happen. It comes at the right time. They'll get their 5th on the board.
Wow. Cutting it a little close. They do get that, in my opinion, base number 5 that they needed. Blue Jays, with cash aplenty, nearly enough for the half. I'd say, yeah, never mind. They're way set for the half. My mind is blown. Singularity back-to-back rifle rounds, which means that they lose this, their buy the next is going to be lackluster. So definitely want to make this one competitive, if not win. And then the last round will be a fight. Ramoy close in the smoke, waiting for a good flash. She'll go through. Numb in pit. How does Ramoy not get a kill? Dreamer on 5. Numb can't find 2, unfortunately, just off the mark of the player on site. But Nikodaz gets mollied out. He gets put in the hot seat, and he'll bow out Scriv. But this is just the round for the ops.
All gone quiet. Smoke will break the silence. They try, as they might, to go for the cross. Molly flash over the top, trying to create space here. The return utility pretty damn solid from the CT side. Just trying to creep in. I think the CTs are cool to let it happen. The boost coming in, just playing it nice and calm, nice and cool. Great shot from Tobers to drop the bomb. Gains the advantage off the back of it. 1-for-1 trades. Bring us down to this situation. 4 HP for Dreamer. Ronick with the MP9. Surely finds him easily. I think the plant is possible. The round, not going to happen. Ronick on the fadeaway. Actually, the plant wasn't possible. The bomb got dropped in a really awkward spot. Didn't quite see that. Nonetheless, Singularity up to 6. And now Blue Jays looking to fend them off. They do, of course, have that lead going into the second half, but it could have been much more than this. So credit to Singularity for coming back here towards the tail end of half one.
Well, here we go. We said they needed to win the last to put up a fight here, and that is exactly what they do. Numb. Literally sitting in the fire until a bullet will put him out of his suffering. He was relying on a teammate Smoke that just came a little too late. Dreamer, he too will take a nap, caught off guard by the aggression of Tobas. Haven't done that all half long, and he breaks it out in the last round. Mad lad. Rocking through the smoke. I doubt this is expected, but he just can't find the shot, and Blue Jays falling apart. It's a lot of Red Star here. The flick off the mark. And where do these two Blue Jays members go? Trying so desperately to pick this CT player, and it's just awkwardly not working out. Scriv, they're almost out of options.
Oh, beautiful shot coming in from Nikodaz. That will seal the deal, surely. Does indeed. 7th for Singularity secured. They will bring it as close as damn it going into this second half, Keith. Looking pretty good there towards the tail end, but Blue Jays, you have to give them credit as well. A massive tear of rounds, as you can see. The 7 in a row. Pretty damn nice. Odds shifted, well, a little. I think these are maybe about the same as they were coming into the map. Which would make sense with an 8-7 half. And I do feel the T sides might be a bit discombobulated, a little bit messy for Singularity. We'll see. They preferred the T side of Overpass. They weren't able to take it over the line. Blue Jays, initially on their CT side, just looked so much stronger, so much more weight behind it. Great utility coming over the top, but Dreamer at the back of platform. Oh. Only good for 1. I thought I could have found more there. That's really good to take him down early, you know. Rocking going to fall pretty quickly. Flank is in super fast from Zix, though. Don't think they're going to be expecting this, or he misses his opportunity onto Nikodaz. Bomb goes down. They know where he is on this flank. The Goosh lands. Somehow not killing him, though. Through a box. Drop off? I'm really not sure, but he remains alive at the back of platform and remains to be a thorn in the side of the CTs here. Even if he's not finding the frags, he's doing tiny bits of damage. Will set up the frags, as you see. Cellrate and Remoy coming in to clean up house. And Singularity get the 8th, as well as that all-important pistol. He should be able to string a few together off the back of it, which is a really good result for them and a great start to the second half.
Is that both pistols now for Singularity, I believe, Scriv? So that's pretty good. It's a great thing to be able to achieve on Dust 2. And you've converted, if my memory serves, the round after the pistol in the previous half. Can they do the same here on Dust 2? That would be ideal, of course. Blue Jays doing what they do and forcing after pistol loss. Double Scout, Deagles. And Singularity only having a couple AKs will give this force buy a bit of a chance. Surprised we don't see the Galil buy down from Tobiz, because now he has no armor, Mac 10 full utility, so a little confuzzled. Rocking could be in some trouble. They lined up his 3. He can't pull the trigger again. And Dreamer so blind he gets run over. Blue Jays will save, and I thought that Behold might have been able to have more of a punch. And if they found Tobiz and maybe a bit more damage than someone else, maybe the retake's reality, but not right now.
Maybe in time. They're just going to look to save, though, dude. Makes a lot of sense, I would say. Keep that pressure on. Singularity, the one thing they've been able to do here is overcome the Blue Jays force buy. It definitely does seem as though the T-side force buys are a lot more effective from Blue Jays. But we'll see here. Moving into around 18 should certainly be doable for Singularity. Still that pressure on, though. Got to be careful. Got to be aware. But I think it's looking good early on, and this is much, much better in the sense that they were able to find this same kind of momentum. They're able to do it again. This time, they need the rifle round, right? That early rifle round, and to once again not give pressure and ultimately confidence across the Blue Jays. I think they thrive under situations like that. I really like this, by the way. The Scout is this threat. It looks scary. They want to stay away from it. It means they don't look down middle. We see a creep forwards from Rocking. He knows that Nikodos is tagged. He hears him. He's just not quite fast enough, Keith, to find him. That's certainly something that Singularity don't know has gone massively their way. However, Rocking is going to come in from behind. He plays it patiently. Could do a lot of damage here going into things. He will. He finds Tobiz. Oh, the Deagles. So awkward for Dreamer. Does eventually find it. Takes a lot of effort. However, is it going to be enough? It looks like it. Zix has found 2 with the Deagle. I didn't even notice that through the door. I think one of them. That's going to make all the difference. 3v2 just like that with low HP bars. Singularity. The remaining 2 players are not looking good.
Yeah, the surprise factor is what they have right now. As soon as this Molly fades, or they hear the bomb tap, they have to overwhelm. So they're going to wait for the Molly, and they're all going to go at the same time. 2 through door, 1 pushing in through B tunnels, or 1 window, 1 door. Whatever they do, got to go together. Zix with 1. That's his 3rd. Give him the 4th. Yes, sir. Zix will deliver when Blue Jays need a hero, and his Deagle that he saved from the previous round goes all the way here. We were rewarded with an AK, so will the other members of his team, Scriv. And that is painful for Singularity. Saving grace, maybe light into the window, is that they get another buy thanks to the $800 from the bomb plant. But, I mean, this is just one of those momentum swinging rounds if you've ever seen one.
Key turning point for sure. Blue Jays, they were able to solidly shut things down on overpass when it came to this situation. Can they do it again this time? The $1 million question. Early utility being used as they will try their best to gain some control here up short, it looks like, but I mean, the CT's not really showing any presence there. Slow start into this round. I think both teams know indeed how important it is, and no one wants to be the player to make that mistake, particularly on the Singularity side of things where they recognize the momentum Blue Jays are capable of and the flashbacks and whatnot if they do end up losing this. Mid to B smoke. Nothing really coming in, to be honest, Keith. Like, it's a very slow round, and I don't know, man. I guess they baited out a lot of utility here on the Singularity side of things, but it doesn't leave them with a lot of options. Num is not flashed enough. Num finds 2 before going down. Red Star's in quick succession. This is not looking too good. Rocking going to drop Remoy as well, who's that lurking presence, and Red Star has just crept in. I think he's just been seen, but a missed shot coming through. Nikodos does get it the second time around. Need to drop him quickly, and 6 will. Okay, dude. Now all on to Ronick. He's dealt with immediately. And Blue Jays, once again, the rifles come into play. They look pretty solid.
Yeah, you don't want to give these guys the momentum, Scriv. They're really good once they get clicking. They shut you down in a lot of aspects of the game. And Singularity, even with that plant this time around, not enough simply to justify a buy. It'll be Deagles, maybe a couple sets of armor, a scout, sure, from Cellrate, all right. You won't have enough to buy the op. Good thing Nikodos will, so that's okay. And Blue Jays, right back to their old shenanigans of getting long control 2 towards B. And the Eagles will just be working some picks here, Scriv. And the setup from Blue Jays, actually, if Singularity work a pick towards B, you never know which way this round will go.
I mean, I suppose. But look, Blue Jays, they know how it's going to go. Shutting it down. Looking pretty clean with it. Still potential to do some damage here for Singularity, but I'm not looking all that likely. I think especially with those 2 frags coming in so early into the round, it just kind of allows Blue Jays to be a bit more chill, sigh of relief, play things nice and safe. Dreamer, wide swinging out. He might find all 3 here. Looks like it. He will do indeed. Clean stuff coming through from Dreamer as we've come to expect from him. And Blue Jays will be up to 11. It seems it may well happen again, Keith. I don't want to curse it, don't want to jinx it. But Blue Jays are looking good once they've gotten this early pressure, the early confidence up.
Yeah, they're back. Tobiz out towards long. He's getting very aggressive now. Could be a little upset with how the last few rounds have gone. Blue Jays will be sent packing back to the nest, back to A site. And Num wants a pick towards Cat. He'll get one. Maybe the follow-up. Has to be cautious. Teammates down. He's in the open. Remoy forward through the molly. Red Star's pressure. Ronick is so low. But Long, it's available and open for business. Nikodos shuts it down. Dreamer didn't stand a chance. And Red Star cut down by Nikodos too. Those shots were filthy. Singularity wasn't looking so hot early, but just forcing Blue Jays off of long and such a quick pace that they did not give Blue Jays a chance to set up in towards A site. No one had mid, no one picked up Cat. By the time they did, it was too late. Singularity were pinching them. Really well done by Singularity. That was a timing round through and through. One of those pocket strats, guaranteed round win type of thing.
Yeah, really well done from them. Rocking angry into this one though, takes the risky peek towards suicide, gets the better of Nikodos, and he will be eliminated from this round. So no crazy impact again from him. The rest of the boys gonna have to pick up the pieces. So far it is a 1-man advantage for Blue Jays, as we have had the crazy exchange on long. That's slowed down somewhat. Zix and Tobiz come out worse for wear. The bomb out in the open. This is big. We'll try and fight back for it. Oh, great little flick for Cellrate. And Tobiz drops Num. Suddenly, the round looks good. They might be able to pull it back. 3 versus 2. The ball now in Blue Jays' court. How do they answer?
Yeah, they need a response. No map control. I don't know if they'll expect both of them here. That's kind of the one thing they have going. Rocking splits the middle of the 2. And Nade will hurt. He'll get the headshot. Dreamer's waiting to come through. on Rocking's contact. As soon as Rocking says I see them both, a flash will come through. Great flash to help Dreamer out. Now Rocking, he's in trouble. How has he done that? 4 for him. He give this man the op more often. Every time. From opening pick to locking down the site. Are we serious right now?
Machine. Absolute machine. Pause to be taken there. Yeah, I mean, it's a crazy kind of round. It's actually from Blue Jays themselves, but all the same, I think both teams are going to be appreciative for that. Really scary stuff coming into this next round. Singularity. Oh, it might just be like the final chance for them, at least for a while. Not looking fantastic. But it would be great for them to get this round on the board, I think. Give it a bit more time. Play it a bit safer, a bit more patient. We'll get back into the action. They need to make this work, Keith. Like, if they win this, Blue Jays are going to be in a great position to clean things up here, take the 2-0, make them worry, make them scared, make them sweat on that Singularity side, and just leaving the door open. Absolutely love this. Dreamer now, he's having a round of his own. 3K coming in for him. One-man army as he looks for the ace. It looks very doable. He will get it all by himself. Wow.
Okay. Dreamer's locked and loaded, isn't he? What a talent. To the window, to the wall, till Dreamer gets this ace on B site. Didn't rhyme, didn't need to. He speaks for himself, Scriv. 13 to 10. Singularity, they're 4 again. And they're gonna try to find an early pick. Rocking's gonna be careful. He'll tuck back into CT. The Molly may catch Ramoy. In fact, it's Dreamer to come back and help. He is playing out of his mind. Numb. Yeah, gonna cut him down. Not gonna give him a chance, Scriv. It's gonna be 14 for Blue Jays before a buy comes out from Singularity. A couple confidence kills, but that is all.
Here we go, Singularity. Do or die, my friends. Not looking too great. If they lose this one, but Tobers opening up. Remoy flashed off of the opportunity. Tobers is so fast up short, though, and maybe a bit too fast. They'll drop him. That removes the pressure that they had on short. The Singularity just looking to try and capitalize off the back of that, and it's all falling apart, Keith. Toby's the only one to have found a frag. Cellrate will immediately shut me up, though, with that frag. The 2 versus 3. Great flash coming in. Not sure what the jump peak is from Zix, but it works. He gets himself the final 2 frags. And Blue Jays will be on map and series point. Tournament life on the line for Singularity. They need 5 in a row to make this work and to take us to overtime. Like, it is going to be a real hard-fought battle.
That is for sure. Blue Jays 2-0. Perhaps what I expected, Scriv, but I'm going to be honest, deep down, I felt like Singularity definitely could have taken both of these maps thus far. Really coming down to the wire at times and rocking on an op. Who else gets first bloods more consistent than this man when he's opping? They're shutting things down, and he's going to be looking towards short for his second. Nikodos must be cautious. Ooh, he best Red Star. I have the best map, Dust 2 maps. His teammates doing all the lifting for him, though, so that'll do. That's a big one from Nikodos. Question is, can he escape? Will he get through Numb? Yes. And Dreamer will be tested. He's held B site before. Can he do it again? Spraying a little wild. He's only good for the one. A lot of pressure on Numb, who still has to deal with mid, and he only is able to get that one. And what an aggressive push out of the site from Singularity.
Slapping. Absolutely slapping. Is it going to be enough? I mean, it has to be, obviously. Rocking, somewhat unsure. And they are just playing the mind games here, right? They know that they have control of the site, waiting to see if he comes from behind, goes for a push. Meanwhile, he will just wait patiently. Hold on just a moment or two. I'm sure once the plan comes in, he'll have a great idea of the fact that the jig is up. And then the clutch begins. I'm not so sure whether he can get it done. I'm not so sure whether he'll want to get it done. They just about have enough to put together a buy, but saving this AK would be great for them. Rocking's confident, though. I mean, it does make sense. 25 frags. Needs to get 2 more.
It's going to be slowly working around. He has a kit and smoke, but he's going to have to find the kills like now. He just realized that, yeah. Took a bit too long in the walk. He'll just back up and save. Singularity have gotten 11 on the board, keeping Blue Jays halted for now. Victory will be paused. Celebrate dies to the bomb, by the way, which is going to affect this buy, which isn't good. If they're rich, it wouldn't matter, but they really needed that AK because now Ronick has to downgrade. And that's kind of sad. That's not good. But maybe he can make it work. No head armor on Numb. Always a chance. Mac 10 will always be the space creating guy, the info gathering man, so he'll still have a purpose, Griff.
Four more rounds. Singularity. Too good for them. Very slow round here, Keith, for sure. Really just trying to send the feelers out there, hope to catch someone lurking about. The Blue Jays not taking any risks, which is somewhat uncharacteristic from them. I think they do understand how close this game really is. 4 rounds can very quickly turn into 1 if they are not careful. This is where they need to be careful, need to be landing the shots. 1 for 1 so far. Low HP onto Ronick, though, who manages to cross. Cell rate blind and through the smoke. Gets the kill onto Dreamer there. Brilliant stuff from him. They do need to be careful. Spraying through these smokes. The tracers are traceable indeed. Tobis gets the better of Zix. And a 4 versus 2 that they want nothing to do with. Singularity staying alive another round longer.
Did not want to give up. You gotta respect that. Fighting tooth and nail. Non-stop. Now saving the op on Numb is huge. M4 on Red Star. I don't believe they'll be able to buy around it. I think they're only at like 3-round loss. So it is just going to be the 1M4 and Omp used here. Give up 13 in quotes. I mean, you always have a chance with an Omp and Numb. Definitely don't want to buy around this here. Get some Deagles out. See how that will go. The pressure is definitely mounting, though, from Blue Jays. Singularity have just not been taking no for an answer these last few rounds. Just absolutely taking everything they want, Scriv.
Oh, beautiful little angle. I'd love to see that from their perspective. I think that was like a cheeky little boost, not quite as wide as it normally is. Spots out in that corner, gets the first frag for them. Dreamer denied. Important that he was. Team kill comes in onto Ronick. Oopsie. But at the end of the day, they're able to break through the B defense, get themselves that 13th round, and probably forces the 2 players to save once again. So yeah, Singularity on the comeback train, looking good. It is always that issue of, what, I think 5 in a row that they needed? So it doesn't allow you any room for mistakes for 5 rounds in a row, which is no easy feat. So I can kind of agree with this mentality of just playing it safe from them. Good stuff here from Red Star. Gets himself an AK. Yeah, I can definitely agree with keeping things alive, making sure they find a solid way back in on the Blue Jays side of things, not taking too many risks, not going for these crazy 2v4 retakes, right? Save that stronger weaponry that you have. And look, I think it is the smart play, which often in situations like these is not what they go for. However, I don't think they're going to be able to save them. Zix, lovely couple of shots. Damage definitely done. Not that it really matters. Singularity not planning on losing any rounds. But it is highly unfortunate there for Blue Jays. I think particularly the AWP, if they'd have managed to save that, Keith, it would have been a really comfortable buy here. But it's not the case. And they're going to go for a half seed. So we're getting all 30 rounds, folks. In theory. Unless, right? But in theory, we're getting all 30 rounds. And I feel those 2 kills at the end from Singularity decide that fact.
Ooh, Blue Jays faltering right in the end. Rocking's gonna try to pull off. At least Tobiz did this. He's gonna push with the rest of the B players, and it just is not gonna work. They're expecting a few more, but Ramoy here's one towards long, which may just send the bomb back to B, unless Zix pushes and gets caught, which he will. Dreamer gonna have to try to pull this one off. It's gonna be 14, and then you think about what Blue Jays will be buying, right? I mean, they'll have a full buy, but has it mattered lately, Scriv? Like, it's been Singularity just grouping, getting the first pick, working as a unit. Like, they have not been caught off guard the last couple rounds. Like, it started to look really good recovery from them. That pause must have worked wonders.
Yeah, absolutely. Really good stuff. We'll see here as we move into the final round of regulation. The auto snipers are in, rather, not shotguns, snipers, and they do so much damage, Keith. Massive amounts. The B bomb site, hugely vulnerable. Singularity have no real idea. They'll swap back to the conventional weaponry. The AKs, the 1-AWP. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, we've also got the 1-AWP surrounded by the M4s. So, pretty average buys that you would expect here from a T or CT side. The buy, not the excuse. Blue Jays made sure that was not an excuse by ecoing out the previous round and bringing us all the way through to 30. Singularity looking for overtime. It is on the horizon. They can see the light at the end of the tunnel. But with 1 minute and 5 seconds left and no real action coming in, still hard to call anybody's game here, even in this final round, even in with the run of rounds that Singularity have been on.
Damage dealt, executing coming. Can Numb get one? No, but he'll call. There's a player dropped in CT. The smokes will kind of shut Numb out, but he's still getting 2. Finally, he'll be put in to the next round. Dreamer could use some help. Zix finds a lurker. That helps a ton. And Rocking with the flash will go alone and still win the fight. The flick up. Ticket's alone. Match in series point and overwhelmed by Rocking. Blue Jays have done it. Singularity. Oh, that execute was nice. Just could not overcome Numb. Gave them such a big chance.